So I went to the monthly Clifton comic show in Clifton, New Jersey. Small pile of books. I just picked up 23 books. What did I pick up and why? Up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the description of this video. Follow us on Instagram, whatnot, eBay store, email. And let's just get right into it. So it was the monthly Clifton Comic Show. They have one every month. It's back in its regular location at the community center. I headed on down. Let's take a look at the show. Okay. We're at the Clifton Community Center for the monthly Clifton show. We're going to go in just a minute. We're back here after a delay. Yep, here's a comic book show today.
I think I kind of snuck it.
Yeah.
Everybody's paid me now and been
No, but I'll go check.
you don't do this, you're going to be paying for it.
It was kind of like,
Nairobi specifically owes me a lot.
You know him?
Oh yeah, that's her friend.
You must know my friend Sam, too. He knows my friend.
You want Zell? Really?
Yeah. Small world.
Yeah, Zell, she's supposed to. Yeah.
Small world.
So I didn't find anything. I looked at a few books. Didn't pick up any huge keys. I didn't pick up a lot of books. Didn't really do any dollar bin diving. I was diving more into the, folks that had new stock, specific back issues I was looking for. So nothing brand new for the PC, maybe some upgrades. But I did find some high-grade books and specifically some higher-grade bronze minor keys. The first one, so the first booth I went to had this. I think I just paid $15 for this. So this is Demon number 7. And it's the first appearance of Clarion the Witch Boy, Jack Kirby. This is a book, if you've been watching my channel, I picked this up several times lately. This is a really clean copy. The bag is not great, but I'm going to break this out. This is going into to be graded. I think it's in the 9s. And the book in like a 9 is about a $150 book, if I remember correctly, for this. So I'm going to slab that. Kind of, I talk about collections and shows the 4 S's: save, slab, spec, sell. So I did have a few that I think are gradable. This one, I thought it was mid-grader, but its first appearance of Frankie Ray and the first appearance of Crusader, who later becomes Marvel Boy and then Quasar. Or is it Quasar then Marvel Boy? Anyway, Fantastic Four 164. Just a really good price on that. Then there was a guy, I haven't seen him recently, but when he comes, he has just bins of $3 books. So he does 7 for $20. So I did pick up 7 books for $20. Elvira's House of Mystery #9. That is going in a horror show. This I'm going to put in a spec pile. Lobo #1. If we do get Jason Momoa, this is his first series. This is a nice little book. It is from 1990, Batman Annual 14, and it's an Argent Two-Face, but more importantly, it's a Neil Adams cover. Neil Adams didn't do many covers for DC in this era. You know, he had done a lot, obviously, in the late 60s into the 70s, a few in the later 70s. And then Batman 497, a reasonably high-grade copy. Bane breaks Batman's back for the price. Then this book, Justice League 190, this classic Brian Boland cover of Starro, and then just rounded out with a couple of Tomb of Dracula books, 51 and 23. Then I went to Steve from Elite Comic Sales was set up there, and he had some new inventory. And again, I was hunting for higher grade, so picked up this. This is the first appearance of Nocturna. Not a character that's pretty well remembered, but this is a high grade copy. 9.8 is not quite $100. I don't think I'm going to get this graded, but it is a little bit of an upgrade over what I have in my PC. So that's going to be an upgrade. This, I probably will. It's reasonably high grade. This is the first appearance of the New Warriors, also the first appearance of Night Thrasher. Will they ever use that team, those characters? I don't know. I'll just throw that in a spec pile for now. Now, this is an interesting book. X-Force 116, the first appearance of Ecstatic. But it's a newsstand. And it's interesting that the newsstand has that parental advisory. Not quite a 9.8. One of the interesting things about this, I've pressed a couple of these lately. They all have like this indentation line about 1/4 of an inch or half an inch, maybe about half an inch from the spine. I don't know if you can really pick it up, but that should not impact the grade. It's very hard to see. But if you ever come across X-Force 116, that is pretty standard, it seems. This, I think I'm going to put in a pre-screen. Zatanna #1. High-grade copy. This I picked up because the show is about to drop. Dead Boy. This is the first appearance of the Dead Boy Detectives in Sandman #25. So I think I'm just going to turn this around. I might put that on eBay. Suicide Squad, high-grade copy. This is the origin of Oracle. Great Joker cover. Again, a contender for a 9.8. Not quite $100 in a 9.8, but, you know, I spent, like, what, less than $6 on it? So even if it's an $80 book on a 9.8, and it cost me, 20 some odd bucks to get, it cost me, let's say, less than 30 all in for the book and the grading, because I'll press it myself. If it's worth 80, a plus 50, I'll take that. I grabbed this. This is another high-grade bronze key. Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter #1. I do have a few copies of this. First appearance of Richard Dragon and first appearance of Ben Turner, who becomes the Bronze Tiger. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call this a spec pickup, only because it has value and high grade as of right now. This, I think this copy with a decent press is probably a 9496. I don't think it gets a 98, but that's still like a $150 book. Would be quite an upgrade over what I paid for it. Then I put This Book Has Fallen, and I don't know if I see much of a future for it, but it is a pretty good book, and it is a really clean copy of Fantastic Four 273, the first appearance of Reed's father, Nathaniel Richards, and there's ties to the time travel and Kang in there. We'll see what comes of that as we get Fantastic Four in the MCU. Then I picked this up. This is a decent copy. I'll probably just give it a quick press. I don't think it's an upgrade over what I already have in the PC. Justice League of America, number 138. Key Collector calls it the first appearance of Green Lantern of some sector, but I think the bigger key significance is this Neil Adams cover. And I honestly, because it's been so many years since I actually cataloged my PC and my Justice League books, because I bought this when it came out, I don't know what grade I have it in. I probably not high grade because I was still fairly young. I think I was still in elementary school. This is a high grade copy of Action Comics 419. It's the first appearance of the Human Target, and also has this great Neil Adams photo cover. This also, I think, is in the 9s, and it has value as it stands. Tom King just finished, I think they're finished now, a very well-received run on Human Target. There was a TV show, about 10 years ago or so? I forget who played, was it, I can't remember who played the Human Target, but Chi McBride, I know, was his boss in it, I guess it was. But, I've been looking for a high-grade copy of this for a while. Like to get something in the 9s, I'd like to get at least a 9.4. This is going to go in a spec pile. It is Teen Titans 37. It's the first appearance of Miss Martian. If you watch, you know I've been grabbing that. I grabbed this. I thought it was a little bit higher grade, but it's not a 9.8 contender. 9.8 contenders are close to $100 in this book, but I'll probably just turn that around and sell it. And then I picked up this. I just read this a few months ago, and it was one of the shorts I do on the comic I just read. I recommend this particular book. I think the cover drives the value. This is, I think, about $150 in that range in a 9.8. So I'll see what I can get out of this if I can press it to a 9.8. It does have a great story with an awesome ending. It really is well worth the read. So it's Brave and the Bold Volume 2, number 33. And then the final book I picked up, this is a really clean copy. I think this is a 9.8 all day, but you never know. New Teen Titans, number 26, Newsstand. This is the first appearance of Terra. Now, interestingly, this book is only like about $80. Newsstand might be worth a little bit more, but we're still in the early days of Newsstand, so there isn't a lot of rarity in newsstands. But even at this era, in the early 80s, newsstands are hard to get in a 9.8. Even though they're prevalent overall. The diehard collectors, the folks who took care of their books, and by this point in time, I was getting my books set aside for me at an LCS, and I put them away in a bag, and I read them and stored them carefully. That was more likely to happen for folks that were buying books on the direct market from their local comic shop, as opposed to those who grabbed it off the newsstand. Anyway, this is such an undervalued book, in my opinion. It does suffer from her not being on the cover, and this not being the greatest cover in the run. But Terra was such an important character in this era. New Teen Titans, Wolfman and Perez, the story that, the Judas contract storyline was just an amazing story. And I think she's a great character. Now, this is I'm going to probably submit it in a 9.8 pre-screen. And I think it's something that'll, I'll kind of put away as potential spec. But that's a small haul. Again, I picked up a few smaller DC Silver Age keys. But if those books are in you know, the 9s, they have value. The first Clarion, the first Human Target, the first Richard Dragon. Not huge keys, not overwhelming keys, but still, since they're 1970s books and early-ish 1970 books, they're harder to get in very high grade. I don't think any of them are necessarily a 9.8. That would be amazing, but we'll see what they grade out at. And, you know, we have, that was kind of what I hunted for today. I was just hunting for high grade books. I couldn't really find anything to fill holes in my PC. So that's what I grabbed today at the show. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.